Is the Olympian god of the sky and thunder, the king of all other gods and men, and consequently the chief figure in Greek mythology. The son of Kronos and Rhea, he is probably most famous for his infidelity to his sister and wife, Hera. Athena, Apollo, and Artemis, Hermes, Dionysus, Heracles, Helen of Troy, and the Muses are all children of his numerous erotic affairs. Hephaestus, Hebe, and Ares are his legitimate children. Zeus's name is thought to have originated from the ancient Greek word for bright. The word has a close connection with dies, which is the Latin word for day, and has a very ancient history. Therefore, many mythologists believe that Zeus is one of the oldest Greek gods. Usually Zeus is portrayed with a scepter in one hand and a thunderbolt in the other, both symbols of his authority. Oh my god. Sometimes he wears a crown of oak leaves. The oak was deemed to be his sacred tree. Homer repeatedly describes him as Aegis bearing. The Aegis was an enormous shield which Zeus frequently carried with him, lending it to his daughter Athena from time to time. In addition, he owns a pet, a giant golden eagle, called Atios Deus. Probably butchered that. Considered the ruler of the heavens and governor of the weather, Zeus was also associated with wisdom and awareness, with authority and destiny, with battles and power. In fact, Homer says that before the fight between Achilles and Hector, Zeus weighed their lots and blessed the outcome. Further down, the poet even claims that Zeus owns 2 urns filled with the ills and blessings, the gifts in which he gives each mortal in the amount he decides. In relation to the many other roles Zeus had, he acquired many different epithets. Some of them are warlike, oath-keeper, guest patron, all-Greek, and savior. Paradoxically, Zeus is both the youngest and the oldest son of Kronos and Rhea, namely soon after the creation of the world, the then ruler of the gods, Kronos, the Titans, who had learned that one of his children would overthrow him, swallowed Zeus's older 3 sisters and 2 brothers at birth, Demeter, Hera, Hestia, Hades, and Poseidon. Zeus would have been eaten himself if Rhea hadn't slipped Kronos a stone wrapped in swaddling clothes in his place, hiding her youngest child in a cave on the Cretan Mount Ida. There Zeus was raised by nymphs and met his first wife, Metis, or Wisdom. On her advice, he masked himself as an Olympian Titan cupbearer, and tricked his father into drinking poisoned wine. The wine made Kronos vomit so much he ultimately vomited up Zeus's siblings, intact and ready for revenge. This, their second birth, made the youngest among them, Zeus, actually their oldest brother. Thus they had no problem in acknowledging his authority. Led by him and helped by the one-eyed Cyclops and 100-handed Hecatoncheires, Zeus freed all of them from Kronos' imprisonment. The siblings overthrew Kronos and the Titans during a decade-long war called the Titanochemy. Probably butchered that word too. Zeus and his brothers drew lots to share the world between them. Poseidon got the sea, Hades the underworld, and Zeus the sky. Finally, Zeus was crowned to be ruler of all gods and men, referred to universally as Father. However, Zeus didn't get off to a great start. His grandmother Gaia was angry at him for imprisoning the Titans, so she summoned her children, the Gaianantes, I am very much butchering that one, to avenge her. Another war followed, the Titanochemy, but the Olympians prevailed once again. This enraged Gaia even more, so she gave birth to Typhonus, a giant fire-breathing serpentine monster so mighty that even Zeus needed help from Hermes and Pan to defeat him after a cataclysmic battle. As a young ruler, Zeus was apparently too prideful and petulant, so Hera, Poseidon, and Apollo, and maybe everyone else but Hestia, decided to teach him a lesson. While he was sleeping, they stole his thunderbolt and bound him with 100 knotted cords. Zeus was powerless, but the Nereid, Thetis, acted quickly and called Briareus, a hecatocontrier, who used his 100 arms to untie him in a second. Zeus brutally punished the 3 leaders of the rebellion, especially Hera, and they swore never to challenge him again. Prometheus, however, did. First by stealing the divine fire and giving it to the mortals, then by keeping away from Zeus the identity of the mortal woman whose future son was prophesied to be greater than his father. Zeus chained Prometheus to a rock and tormented him for ages, but Prometheus stubbornly refused to reveal to him the secret. In the end, for reasons we don't know, because a large part of the play where this story is told is lost, the Titan did tell Zeus that the woman in question was Thetis, so the god stopped pursuing her and gave her to Peleus. The son born out of this marriage became the celebrated Greek hero, in fact, possibly the greatest among them all, Achilles. According to Hesiod, Zeus had the very same problem with his first wife, Metis. Warned that their child may be a threat to him, Zeus decided to swallow his pregnant wife. Nonetheless, the child, fully grown and armored, was eventually born, but from the forehead of Zeus. It was none other than Athena, the goddess of wisdom herself. Afterward, Zeus married Themis, who bore him the Horonie and the Fates. I'm definitely mispronouncing that one. His third wife, Erinnome, who brought the charities to the world. His sister Demeter followed. She gave birth to Persephone. With his fifth wife, Menine, sorry, I am definitely butchering that, Zeus begot the Muses. After becoming Zeus's sixth wife, Leto became the mother of Apollo and Artemis. Zeus's final and seventh wife was his sister Hera. Knowing her sympathy for animals, he wooed her as a virgin by transforming himself into a distressed little cockatoo, which Hera took in her arms to warm it. At that moment, Zeus turned back into himself and slept with her. Ashamed, Hera agreed to marry him. However, theirs would prove a bittersweet marriage, because Zeus, to say the least, was a promiscuous god, bearing the shape of many different animals. He had numerous love affairs with many nymphs and mortals, which made Hera jealous. Some say that when she scolded him for this, disguised as a serpent, he even slept with his mother, Rhea. Consequently, many of the gods and heroes are Zeus's children. It's impossible to list them all. Zeus is called Jupiter in Roman mythology. Additionally, his powers and symbolism in some of the stories woven around him are similar to those of other deities, such as the Norse gods Thor and Odin, the Hinduist deity Indra, and the Slavic thunder god Piron. One common misconception about Zeus is that he's infallible and a wise ruler, always making fair judgments and displaying exemplary behavior. In reality, Zeus was known for his numerous infidelities, bouts of jealousy, and sometimes vindictive actions against those who crossed him. Another misconception is that Zeus was solely the god of thunder and lightning, ignoring his roles as a protector of justice, hospitality, and oaths. These lesser-known aspects of his character allowed for a more rounded understanding of Zeus' influences and importance in the Greek mythology. A fascinating yet often overlooked fact is that about Zeus is his connection to the ancient Greek concept of xenia, the code of hospitality that governed the relationship between guest and host. As protector of travelers and enforcer of xenia, Zeus played a crucial role in ensuring that guests were treated with respect and kindness. and their hosts were likewise honored by their visitors. This aspect of his character highlights the importance of social order and reciprocity in ancient Greece society. Another lesser known fact about Zeus is his association with the oracle of Dodona, one of the oldest and most important oracles in the ancient world. Located in Epirus, in northwestern Greece, the oracle was dedicated to Zeus and his consort Dione, and was famous for its sacred oak tree, where the rustling of leaves was believed to reveal the god's will. This connection to the oracle and the ancient practice of divination further underscores Zeus's role as dispenser of wisdom and guidance in the lives of ancient Greece.